can tell you.
Just say thank you.
I said a lot of times to American people.
Accept that there are disagreements, and let's go litigate those disagreements rather than trying to fight it out in the American media when you're wrong. We know that you're wrong.
But you see, I think it's good for the American people to see what's going on.
I understand, sir.
I think it's very important. That's why I kept this going so long. You have to be thankful. You don't have the cards. You're buried there. Your people are dying. You're running low on soldiers. Listen, you're running low on soldiers. It would be a damn good thing. And then you tell us, I don't want a ceasefire. I don't want a ceasefire. I want to go and I want this. Look, if you could get a ceasefire right now, I tell you, you'd take it so the bullets stop flying and your men stop getting killed.
Of course, we want to stop the war.
But you're saying you don't want a ceasefire.
But I said to you,
I want a ceasefire.
With guarantees.
Because you'll get a ceasefire faster than an agreement.
Ask our people about ceasefire, what they think.
That wasn't with me.
For you what
that wasn't with me. That was with a guy named Biden, who was not a smart person. That was with Obama.
It was your president.
Excuse me. That was with Obama, who gave you sheets, and I gave you javelins.
Yes.
I gave you the javelins to take out all those tanks. Obama gave you sheets. In fact, the statement is Obama gave sheets and Trump gave javelins. You got to be more thankful, because let me tell you, you don't have the cards. With us, you have the cards. But without us, you don't have any cards.
One more question to Mr. Vice President. I'm sorry.
It's going to be a tough deal to make because the attitudes have to change.
What are y'all thoughts on the back and forth and the beef between, or actually, all right, so let me add additional context. They had a lunch that was set up after the mineral deal was supposed to be signed, and then a ceasefire was supposed to come after that. But Zelensky was pretty defiant inside of the White House, and then you had J.D. Vance and Trump saying, "Listen, who you think who you think you're talking to?" Basically, Trump gave all of the lunch that was set up for everybody. He gave it to all of the staffers instead, and he sent Zelensky out, and he said, "You got to get out of the White House because you're disrespectful." All right, so what do y'all think about it?
J.D. Vance was wrong.
You think that J.D. Vance was wrong?
Yeah, he was wrong.
Why do you think he was wrong, Sammy?
Well, because he said he wasn't. He said, you never said thank you. And the first thing he started off was saying thank you. So that wasn't true. And he grilled him about that shit. And he definitely said thank you. He said thank you for the invitation before he started speaking. So that was not true.
I think that the context that he was saying is that you're not saying thank you about
for the money,
what we're about to do for you and how you plan it. And so I think what he's basically saying is that your sentiment was wrong. How you approaching us is wrong, whatever. But that's just my interpretation of it. It's like coming in here like you think that you're tough, but you're not really.
It can be seen that way too. I get it, but the way he was saying that shit, like the dude never. That's why he was looking like that, and he even said it like he was like, I said thank you when I sat down, and he even said that. You know what I'm saying? So he was confused. I could see the look on his face, but other than that, bro was tripping. You know what I'm saying? Like he was tripping. I ain't gonna lie. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Everything else, but I do think that J.D. Vance was, you know what I'm saying, was a little bit.
He got things heated up.
He was really aggressive with that. You haven't said you know, he didn't say thank you.
But J.D. Vance didn't step in until after he had been going back and forth with Trump for a period of time, and had been being difficult. And then that's when J.D. Vance was like, "Hey, listen, hold on, fam. You know what I'm saying? You ain't even said thank you." And that was my interpretation of it. So I could be off though.
I mean, I still feel like he was still tripping though. But I do think that was just, I don't know. I think he didn't have to say that part. That's just me though.
J.D. Vance?
Yeah.
I think he held back. Because and as a matter of fact, if it's me, I'm like, dog, who are you talking to?
Yeah.
Like you just lost 2,000 people died this week, and you sitting here posturing. Actually, you know what? My favorite part about this whole situation is that we've never got this level of access.
Yeah, we never saw nothing like that.
We have never got this level of transparency to see what really happens behind the scenes. and to allow for this type of thing to happen. We've never seen this type of stuff in our lives. And I think that this is history in the making. This type of stuff is the stuff that they're going to talk about in history books.
He's right. He don't have a piss to pot in, bro. We giving these niggas so much money to fight this damn war, and it's ridiculous.
Over $350 billion, bro.
And we can't file 5 racks for each family in America. Yeah, it's crazy. That he has this position. I don't get it.
I don't know how you could be tough. I don't know how you.
What is his issue with a ceasefire? But it has to have like stipulations or something. Like what else does he want?
He doesn't want a ceasefire.
They're correct.
Well, he said he wanted a ceasefire with like other stuff.
The way that a ceasefire works is a ceasefire is there to stop the fighting.
You stop shooting, niggas, it's over.
It's so that people can stop dying, so that you then can get the framework together so you can get a long-term deal towards getting peace and stopping the war altogether. A ceasefire doesn't stop the war, but a ceasefire stops the killing. It gives a chance for your people to rest, for them to go home, for them not, you know what I'm saying? For them to be able to, it gives hope. And it also, it's the beginning of a talk. It's the beginning of a deal, hopefully. And so that's what was supposed to happen. Was there supposed to be a framework for a ceasefire? And then after the ceasefire, that's when you start the negotiation for how it is that people eventually pull out and stop the deal. With the Israel-Hamas situation, first there was a ceasefire. You know what I'm saying? Now they're putting together the framework for a long-term deal. And and that's why Trump had called him a dictator and was like, dog, you a dictator with a broken country. Like, what the fuck you mean? You ain't got a card to play. You ain't got a pot to piss in. You acting tough because we've been giving you $350 billion, but you really not that tough. But he couldn't really say it the way that he probably would say it behind the scenes. But that's what they was telling him. Like, bro, you acting tough, and there's millions of y'all that's been died from this war.
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand it because honestly, for me, going to war, even in regular like our lives, like going to war with people is an absolute last. It's a last resort when you have zero other options. But the whole thing is supposed to be the preservation of lives, bro. You can't you can't be still sending people to the front lines and dying and be acting, you know what I'm saying? And be acting tough. When bodies start falling, that's when the humility is supposed to come.
They don't have
tough. Go ahead, Molly.
Oh no, I was gonna say they don't have soldiers as it is. They have to arm their citizens and force them to fight because they don't even have people. It's dumb. They need to line their pockets.
And you know what the other part about it that really was like crazy? The dude was like, he gonna tell the US, yeah, y'all gonna feel it too.
Yeah, that was the wild part. That's the part that I was.
And Trump was like, you know, who you talking to?
But I think he was talking like later down the line. I think he feel like it's gonna be like a real war. He feel like this gonna be a real serious thing. Like the shit ain't gonna be a ceasefire. It ain't gonna be peace. He must know some extra shit or think it's gonna be some extra shit.
Well, he said, you know, the only reason y'all ain't got to deal with this because y'all got an ocean between y'all. And Trump was like, bro, you don't tell us what we gonna feel. But honestly,
yeah, that sounded like a threat.
That sounds crazy. If it was me, I'd just let that whole country burn to the ground, bro. I would have to let the whole country burn to the ground and let him fall as a result of it. Could you imagine if that was Kamala Harris in there, bro?
Yep, she got deboed.
She would have gave them everything they wanted.
I don't even know if they would even sat down.
They
would have just signed the treaty.
She should have sent them niggas some money.
Yeah. That's what exactly.
She should have wrote a fucking check.
They'd have just signed everything. It wouldn't have been no sit down. They'd just been, oh, that's what you want? Okay.
Bet. Yep, you're right.
I don't know.
Been no sit down.
But also, for me, this is another reason why it's important for men to be in power. I just don't think that this is something that women should be a part of, bro. I genuinely don't. I don't think that women should ever just be they should not be the head of the table when you're talking about men and wars and all of that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, I couldn't imagine having a Kamala Harris or Jasmine Crockett or a fucking AOC or even a Hillary Clinton sitting there in front of. Could you imagine that shit, bro?
Hell no.
Mm-mm.
Society would be gone.
Yeah, we would all be doomed, bro. We would 100% be doomed. I thought it was mad disrespectful. Trump then gave a press conference afterwards and said he said after he had kicked him out of the White House, he said he don't want to stop fighting, and I don't understand why he don't want to stop fighting.
He got spoiled for the last 4 years
No,
with
it's
Biden and
pride.
Harris.
Yeah, but all of his people is dying.
He's not gonna win. There's no outside of our equipment, they have no chance.
I'm a play what Trump said. Actually, let me see if I can get it queued up for you guys.
This is the thing.
I'll play what Trump said afterwards. Let me see if I can get it up here for you guys. And then we can get into the other part of the interview with his interview that he did on Fox. So this is what Trump said about the whole situation after he kicked him out of the White House.
Meeting today, as you know, with President Zelensky, and I would say it didn't work out exactly great from his standpoint. I think he very much overplayed his hand. We're looking for peace. We're not looking for somebody that's going to sign up a strong power and then not make peace because they feel emboldened, and that's what I saw happening. I'm looking for peace. We're not looking to go into a 10-year war and play games. We want peace. And it was just my impression that if we do that, if we sign up, he's looking for something that I'm not looking for. He's looking to go on and fight. We're looking to end the death. 2,000 people died this week, soldiers, more than that, but 2,000 approximately people died this week. Young Ukrainians and Russians. And somebody would say, why do you care about Ukraine and Russian soldiers? I care about them. I care about everybody. And we're not doing that. Now, if we don't do anything, he's going to have to make peace, but he's dealing with a very weak set of cards. If we sign, he's dealing with a very strong set of cards, and then he doesn't want to make peace. So that's where we are. It's very simple. I'm not looking to get into anything protracted. I want immediate peace. President Putin is going to want to make, and he wants to end it. And you saw what I saw today. This is a man that wants to get us signed up and keep fighting. And we're not doing that, not for this country. So we're setting a lot of records.
So he goes on to talk about it. He talks about, he got asked about whether or not they kicked Zelensky out of the White House. He said, you ain't even got to ask me that. You already know what it is. And he's basically saying, listen, man, this guy want to keep fighting. And ain't nobody got time for that. We're not going to keep funding that. We're not giving them no more money. And we want our money back through the minerals deal. And we need peace. And he don't have a pot to piss in. He don't have a card to play. He also said that he wanted to come back to the White House. He said, nah, but he disrespected. So he's going to have to deal with it.
So how are they going to get the deal signed if he don't ever come, if he not coming back?
He said specifically the minute that he actually wants to do a ceasefire and to do a deal, then he can come back to the White House, but he's not going to keep negotiating with you.
Okay.
He goes on here, and I'll fast forward it a little bit over to the part that he actually talked about that.
There's never
Also,
been.
Zelensky can't fight without us.
What?
What does Zelensky need to restart talks with this?
He's got to say, I want to make peace. He doesn't have to stand there and say about Putin this, Putin that, all negative things. He's got to say, I want to make peace. I don't want to fight a war any longer. His people are dying. He doesn't have the cards, just so you understand it, okay? I can tell you.
Did you tell Zelensky to leave the White House?
I don't have to tell you that. Go ahead. I think you know the answer to that. What? Wait. Look, trust or distrust anybody. I just want to get a deal done. And if the deal happens, good. But you can't embolden somebody that does not have the cards. And all of a sudden that person says, oh, well, now I can keep fighting. We're not going to keep fighting. You're going to get the war done or let them go and see what happens. Let them fight it out.
So, yeah, that's pretty much what happened. So.
Well, I think he handled it well.
You know what else is so funny? I went to the liberal sites and the liberal news and stuff like that because I like to get it from both sides. I went on the liberal side of social media to what's happening. And I'll be having to sign into a different account to go to the liberal side of social media so I don't get my algorithm fucked up. But they really do think that Zelensky won the exchange.
What you mean?
I saw that.
How?
I saw that on like the shade room or somewhere. Like, yeah, I saw that on like blackity black people.
Yeah, they thinking like, oh my God, I can't believe it. Trump is an embarrassment. I'm like, what are y'all? Are we all watching the same stuff?
Wait, whoa. What you mean? They thought.
Go look at the shade room. They was all, they were like, Trump needs to sit down. And I was like, wow.
Well, they think Zelensky is the good guy.
How?
He's not, bro. I don't know, man.
Because Trump is bad.
Are stupid. Our people are dumb, bro. I don't know what's wrong with us. I don't know what's wrong with us.
It says slave consciousness. They don't want to let the ignorance go.
Oh my God.
Y'all keep fucking with me. I'm gonna turn these damn lights off.
Man, I don't get it, bro. I'm genuinely concerned about our people. I think we have a reprobate mind in some ways or something like that. But I think that something is wrong with us. Something is genuinely wrong with us, bro. Something is off.
The black women are too indoctrinated. I'm serious. We're the mothers. I mean, we're the most educated, most enrolled, whatever.
She ain't lying.
I think it's the school system. A lot of it, I keep saying.
I don't know, Molly. You think it's the school system?
And I used to teach. And then I remember being in elementary school. Mm-hmm. A while ago. And then I remember being in elementary school. And they would
more information. Don't give Quentin no more information. Information is closed off to Quentin. Don't give him nothing.
Okay. But they would teach us about Marxism. And I remember growing up thinking it was a good idea. And then I woke up, did my own research, and realized this is not it. So I think they're really programming. I don't know.
You might be right. You might be right.
The Department of Education needs to be, it needs some changes. We've gotten dumber. We've gotten gayer. We can't read. We're more indoctrinated.
She said we got gayer.
Talk your talk, Molly. I love Molly. I do love Molly. Somebody asked me the other day. They said, "Why are you in love with Molly? Why do you love her so much?" What do you mean? Ask me everything. Oh my God!
They don't like me, so
they don't like what?
I said they don't like me. A lot of them don't like me. I don't care, but
I don't know. I mean, but you might be right. I mean, if you go to any of these liberal universities, you go to any of these places. When I went to college, it wasn't like this.
Yeah, I got back in school and it's bad. It's bad. It's all in there to the point when I write papers, sometimes I'll have to preface it by saying this goes against all of my beliefs, but for the sake of this paper, I'm going to try to be as unbiased as possible. I have to let them know because they are really pushing the DEI, the LGB. They're pushing it. Like they are the victim. They have been wrong. They have been marginalized. It is white people's fault. This is really going on. What are your pronouns? So.
Damn. I ain't experienced
They're
it.
just
Yeah, yeah.
indoctrinating people. That's it. It's poison.
Yeah,
If I
so
wasn't such a free thinker, I would probably buy into a lot of it because that's what they're pushing.
But a lot of our people are not free thinkers, and a lot of our
Hmm
people don't have their own mindset. And so what happens is you'll start to find people that are easily manipulated. That's
hmm
crazy. That is absolutely insane. But I don't know. My boy Quentin is typing furious fast.
It's loud as fuck.
How fast can you type, Quentin?
250.
Can you really?
Mm-hmm.
Mm, mm. Get it then, Q Diddy. I see.
Information in, information out.
You probably really can do 252. I believe you. Anyways, let me go ahead and read some of these super chats and we can move on. I don't know. I don't want to talk about war no more. I don't want to talk about that shit. I'm talking about that all day.
Depressing.
We can lighten up the topics.
Yeah, I
Let's talk
did
about
like
Molly being a teacher.
6 fucking different videos that's coming out over the probably all the way through like 3 a.m. tonight that'll be dropping. So
oh yeah, you burnt out. You
been
burnt out.
talking about this junk since early this morning because I didn't expect for it to jump off like this. So
Yeah, then you like you. I didn't realize you was cutting away from your show to actually show that until it was actually happening. I'm like, wait a minute.
yeah,
this
that
shit
was real
live.
time. I didn't know that was gonna pop off like it did, but that's one of the things about being a content creator, though, is that you always on.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I have to shut my brain off to not be on because it's just like so much coming in all the time and so much content, so much stuff, some of the things that people are sending me. And I have to shut my brain down and actually go outside and do stuff. I block off like 4 hours in my day, like 3 to 4 hours in my day to go out and do what Molly said, touch grass. You know?
I feel it.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. Otherwise, you would just be in it the whole time. You'll never stop.